Now, one more story to bring you this hour in terms of migration, because employment levels, wages and benefits vary widely between different groups of migrants in the UK. That's all in a report out today. It's research by Migration Watch UK, which campaigns for tighter immigration controls. It's been looking at employment status, wages and benefit claims. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the report with Alp Mehmet, who is with me, the Vice Chair of Migration Watch UK. Good afternoon. Thanks for waiting there to
Pleasure.
talk to us. What are the key findings, in your opinion, of your research?
You've just pointed to them. There is a huge variety in the sort of people who come here, what they do, how much they earn, what benefits they are entitled to, what they attract. So it's not simply a case of saying that immigrants come here, work and pay their taxes. There's much more to it than that. And that is simply something that you see very readily when you look at the figures. And we've examined very closely the most recent, the most up-to-date, the most accurate data available from the ONS. And it's interesting to note that no one has really challenged our findings today, even if some people have said something to the effect that, well, we know that immigrants actually pay more into the exchequer than they take out. I think this report shows a little bit more and explains a little bit better as to why that just simply isn't so.
But lots of studies say that it is so. I mean, for example, immigrants traditionally are better educated, for example, than their British counterparts. There are other studies that show that. So I just wonder whether someone watching will think, well, I don't know what set of statistics to believe here.
Well, some are. Some are better educated, some are not. Some groups are, in fact, earning rather less than the average would suggest. Some are claiming benefits in a way that other groups are not. And what we have done is looked at, for example, Indians, who are much better performers than Bangladeshis and Pakistanis. The A15, the old members of the EU, again, they perform much better than their British counterparts. The A10, the newer members of the European Union, on the contrary, they're in low-paid jobs and tend to attract more benefits. So it's a much more mixed picture. And all we want is, when we're talking about immigration, is to take into account the full picture, the complete picture, not simply say, well, you know, this is too difficult to deal with. 318,000 net per year is fine, let's just get on with it. That is not what 75% of people in this country want.
Okay, but what does one then do with that breakdown of information? Because are you saying we should be reaching a point where you say you can come in from X country because the stats show that you draw less housing benefit than from another country? I mean, it's like we can't operate like that, can we?
Are you saying to me, no, we're not going to do anything about it? Immigration, net migration has gone up and up and up and up. It's now at 318,000, as everyone knows. Most people in this country want to see it come down. What we're saying is that you can bring it down, bring in the people that you need, and in fact ensure that those with fewer skills, lower earnings, are not in fact able to come in a way that they are at the moment.
Alp Mehmet, thanks very much for joining us from Migration Watch UK.